Many of us have been together for 25 years. We have hooted and hollered together, had our aha moments, we ugly cried together, and we did our gratitude journals. So I thank you all for your support and your trust in me. I thank you for sharing this yellow brick road of blessings. I thank you for tuning in every day along with your mothers and your sisters and your daughters, your partners, gay and otherwise, your friends, and all the husbands who got coaxed into watching Oprah. And I thank you for being as much of a sweet inspiration for me as I've tried to be for you. I won't say goodbye. I'll just say, until we meet again. To God be the glory.
Well, that, as they say, is the end of an era. Oprah Winfrey has bid farewell to the show bearing her name after 25 years, but not before having a major impact on television, society, even politics. What will her legacy be? It's your call. Look at the Oprah effect right now. Hello, everyone. It's good to have you with us. I'm Lynn Doyle, sharing your thoughts today on the departure of Oprah from TV airwaves. You know, you would have had to have been living under a rock this past week not to have noticed that she called it quits. There were days of star-studded tributes, a stadium of adoring fans giving her a send-off, and of course, that very last show where it was back to the basics with what many people are saying was a very, very classy send-off.
So today, there will be no guests. There will be no makeovers, no surprises. Really, no surprises. Surprise overload from United Center. You will not be getting a car or a treat. This last hour is really about me saying thank you. It is my love letter to you. I want to leave you all with the lessons that have been the anchor for my life and the ones that I hold most precious.
So what did you think of all of the hoopla? You can email me right now at lynn@lynndoyle.net, and we'll be sharing some of your thoughts just a little bit later in the show. Right now, though, going to hear from our experts. I'm so excited. Some of my all-time favorites are back with us, and I'm sure that you're glad to see them as well. Ruthie Weisberg is here. She's a journalist and a pop culture commentator, and as I said, a frequent guest on It's Your Call. Also back with us, our favorite television blogger, Laura Nachman. She is someone who has been part of our show for a very long time. She's going to be hosting the presentation Life Without Oprah and Other TV Topics at the National Liberty Museum in Philadelphia this fall. Look in the other seat, it's Neil Zorin. He's the media columnist for the Delaware County Times. He's been with us before, and we are so grateful to have him back with us again. He always makes me laugh. And Bobby Booker is a longtime multimedia journalist, radio personality, and the Philadelphia Tribune's lifestyle and leisure reporter. And she's been on this show so many times talking not only Oprah, but all kinds of things, has a great perspective. Welcome back. Am I the only one that's excited to see you guys?
We survived.
We're excited to see each other.
Yeah, I know.
After all these years.
It's so great to have you back. What do you think about this 25 years and we've said goodbye to Oprah? Good, bad, or indifferent?
Well, first of all, I think the send-off was a lot like her. It was classy, it was classic, it was elegant, it was eloquent, and I'm so glad that she got all the hoopla out of the way first. Her last show reminded me of the last show of the Johnny Carson show, where it was just him, and it was just very reflective, it was very contemplative. I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful job.
I just want to say I'm glad we're here, so we can console each other. And I just want to say on behalf of the female population, I'm very upset because our leader is gone.
Really?
So, yes. I'm crushed. I am like really crushed that she's gone. I'm very sad. Every day when they would have that countdown, a little piece of me would die every day. So I'm really going to miss her and I'm sad. But I think she's going to learn the hard way that life goes on even without her, and hopefully she'll change her mind to come back in a year.
You know, I'm really interested, though, to hear from Bobby, because I know she's been on the show several times when you were not a fan of Oprah. So are you sad to see her go, or now that it's all over, do you think we're going to miss her?
Well, there's no question that this is the end of an era. And even though I may have had some quibbles about Oprah Winfrey, she is still significant, and not just as a media personality, but as an African American journalist too. There is no questioning the doors that she has been able to open in terms of bringing to society a level of dialogue that was overlooked on a lot of other planes. But that's where my problem with her leaving is. Who will fill in the gap?
And we're going to talk about that, if
and that's
in fact
where I'm
anyone
at.
can do that.
Indeed.
And I just think it's a hello. I don't think of it as a goodbye. I think of it as hello, and not only to all of you again, but because Oprah is not going to just leave. Oprah's going to come back with something new. She's going to come back with the project. She's Oprah. Her dialogue with her audience, her dialogue with people on television and with society in general is going to continue because that's part of her makeup. So you can just see somebody, it's like being a Broadway actor and a film actor. A Broadway actor has to be someplace 8 times a week, no matter what happens. A film actor comes and does an intense amount of work and then has some time off. I think it just 25 years of having to be in one place at one time every day, 5 days a week, it became stifling. And she thought that she had run the course. How many times can you reinvent yourself?
You know what, Neil? To her credit, she left on top of her game.
Yes.
She was a winner. You know, nothing is more tragic or really horrible when you see somebody who's like long past their sell-by date and you go, you know what, it's time to put you to pasture. Right. So I think she did it in a way that was dignified and it was the right time. You know what, she unveiled and unmasked a lot of insecurities, a lot of trouble. She got people to talk about things that were never ever discussed on television, and the dialogue will continue, and I think that will be her legacy, no matter who fills it.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the so-called dialogue, because you mentioned how important that has been to us as a society, and talk about the things that she brought to the forefront. AIDS, you know, was one of the first topics that she talked about and debated and discussed and put it out there and let us know that AIDS affected people. Not someone else, but people, real live people.
Well, whether it was AIDS or other health issues, she talked about this stuff. And remember, for the longest time, weekday afternoons at 4 o'clock in my world meant dark shadows. and I swore I was going to name my firstborn Cassandra, whether it's a boy or a girl. Okay, so she really changed the whole landscape and the dialogue by bringing to the forefront, bringing literally in the spotlight issues that you just didn't or couldn't discuss.
And I don't think there's anybody out there who can do that whole mix. She's great with the celebrities, and she's great with the serious topics too, and it's tough to find that mix, and that's what's maddening to me. Like, I'm going to disagree with you. She shouldn't have gone out while she's on top. She still loves it, obviously. She's still doing great, still getting good ratings. Why leave? That kills me. I hate when
But it's not like she's going to go away, Laura, because she really puts the multimedia with her magazine, with her speaking, with her own network, for goodness sake. So just because a weekday television show is no longer there doesn't mean she no longer has that platform. She's got more of a platform now because that daily pressure has now been removed.
It's still not the same. You're not consoling me about this. She won the show.
Relationships don't end. And her relationship with the audience, it was more than a dialogue. By having the acceptance of the audience, Oprah could broach topics that other people couldn't broach. They either sound corny or preachy. Oprah can be corny and preachy and still get away with it because I think she spoke the language of everybody. I always felt that she asked, not Barbara Walters, not Regis Philbin, certainly not Whoopi Goldberg or anybody else on The View. I always felt she asked the question I would have asked. She said the thing that I would have wanted to say. She gave me what I wanted to know and brought me into it in that very personal way that was beyond her and beyond the subject, but was inclusive to the audience in general.
Okay, so now we've heard a bit from our experts, so we want to give you, the real experts, the TV viewers themselves, a chance to weigh in. Are you a fan of Oprah and really bummed, like Laura here, that she's going to be leaving? Or are you like some of the people who responded to my Facebook question and really, really glad to see her go? And besides what you think of her personally, what do you think she's done in terms of changing society, if anything, and what will her legacy be? If you want to join in, you can email me directly right now at lynn@lynndoyle.net. You can also find us on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube, sadly, as I find